I'm Amanda, and this is Not Your Granny's Quilt Show. Hi, everybody. How are you? It's been a minute. I mean, 1 week, but whatever. I hope you all had a good holiday. I know Thanksgiving is weird for people, but yeah, I hope yours was good, whatever you did, and I'm glad you're here with me. I am gonna just update you on the things that are going on and talk about some of the quilts we've had going on and share about one that we couldn't really talk about. We were told to wait until December 1st, and so now I can talk to you about it. So anyway, let's get into it. Hi. I was feeling pretty yucky last week, whatever, after Thanksgiving because I ate something I'm allergic to on accident. It was my fault, so nobody to blame but me. And so I had a really big eczema breakout on my face and my neck, and I just could not bring myself to sit and be on camera and talk to you guys. So I'm sorry for that, but I'm here, I'm better, everything healed up, and it's just my life of food allergies and whatnot. So anyway, that's why I didn't do an episode last week, because it was yuck. My left eye was swollen shut, and I had eczema covering my neck. And yeah, it just wasn't cute. It was really uncomfortable. Just everything and anything, if it touched it, I was like, I'm gonna die. So anyway, we're here, we're better, we're back. Welcome to the show. So yeah, let's get into the quilts, because that's what we're all here for, right? Not me blabbing on about my poor sensitive little body, but so we've been doing some really cool quilts through our Etsy shop and whatever. So more pictures will be coming out as we get these quilts completed and can send them off to their loved ones. I don't know if you go into the Sweet Pea Instagram. I posted a picture of one of the last quilts that we sent out, and it's for this family. They've now had us make a quilt for each of their 4 kids. And they're just very special. So the first quilts we made for them were themed on the Beatles' Yellow Submarine movie, because the girls, their twin daughters, love that movie and watch it every day. And the mom was like, I just want them to have matching quilts for their beds that are in that theme. And she's wanted them queen size so that they could grow into them and keep them forever. And we embroidered their names in the border. One had purple backing, the other one had blue minky, so that they could be unique, and instead of having the same exact pattern, same exact backing, same exact everything. So anyway, that was really fun. And then when they got the quilts, she was like, oh my gosh, we love them, they're perfect. And we had used the scraps to make matching quilts for their American Girl dolls, and so that was really fun too. And then she immediately had us make a quilt for her oldest son, who loves anime. He had his 3 favorite anime, so she sent us that for inspiration. And then they had an artist render a family portrait for them in the style of one of his favorite animes. And so we actually used that image, because they had the copyrights and everything, and had fabric printed from Spoonflower so that we could incorporate that into his quilt. And then again, we didn't want to waste any of that, so we used whatever scraps we had and made him a cinch bag. Was that a cinch bag? No, maybe we made him a pillow. Yeah, and he also had Minky on the back, also had his name embroidered on it, so that was fun. And then just recently, same lady hired us to make a quilt for her youngest son. And his theme was Simpsons, and they had a Simpsonized version of their family portrait as well. They have two, and I thought this was hilarious. And so the image we used, again, they have the copyright, so we were able to print it from Spoonflower. But the image that we used is their like most current one, and it has their previous family Simpsonized family portrait in the background hanging on the wall behind them in their current Simpsonized portrait. I just thought it was so cute and clever. And so we again printed that out, or had it printed on fabric from Spoonflower, and then we got some like regular Simpsons licensed fabric, and then we just filled the rest with like different colored grunges that matched the photo colors, and again made it really big because these kids are still pretty young, so they can grow into them, and embroidered his name in it, put Minky on the back, you know, all the good stuff. So anyway, that is on the Instagram for Sweet Pea. So go check it out if you haven't. It's so fun and colorful, and we made him a cinch bag, I think is what, yeah, because again, we didn't want to waste the fabric. It's got their family on it, and we're not going to keep it because, you know, that'd be weird to use for ourselves. But anyway, so that's really cool. So yeah, go check that out. I'll put a link in the description to the photo, directly to the photo. So if you haven't seen it, you can just click on that link and go see it. Okay, so now here's the quilt we couldn't talk about. It was like not top secret, but just like had to keep it under wraps. And so if you haven't seen this one, also on the Sweet Pea Instagram, I'll post it in the Not Your Granny's Instagram. Sorry, I had a brain fart. In the Not Your Granny's Instagram, so that you guys can see it, because it's so cool. So we got a message probably in September from a lady who wanted us to create a quilt for Chevron, like the gas company Chevron. They are a sponsor of well, I've been trying to figure this out, so I'm not sure if I'm saying any of this right, and if any of you know different, please correct me. But they are a contributor to the World AIDS Memorial, Global AIDS Memorial. Anyway, they have a quilt made every year that gets displayed for their celebration, and there's like big names, like Nancy Pelosi was at this year's celebration. And anyway, so we had to wait till December 1st, because December 1st is World AIDS Day. But we made a quilt. We got, they gave us some inspiration images, and we kind of used that and designed a quilt, and included the words that they wanted on it and the phrases. We made a label to go on the back so that, our name is on it, what it's for, what year it was made, all that. So, but I haven't seen anything online about it as far as like, oh, here's the quilt reveal. Oh, here's this, here's that. Like, I can't find anything. So, anyway, it's just interesting that like, it seemed like it was kind of a big deal, and maybe that was just us getting overexcited, and then to have like no feedback. They didn't let us know when they got it. Like, I don't know. It felt just kind of weird. Like, and I think it is just that, like, we put so much time and effort into making this quilt that we were really, really proud of. And then to get, like, no feedback was so weird. So, I mean, we pulled out all the stops. We, like, cut out images, or not images, but we cut out, like, hands, like, hand silhouettes, and appliqued those on, and hearts, and, like, used embroidery to get some of the words and phrases in there. We made all these like specialty things, and then just to not hear anything was kind of weird. So anyway, that's me being complainy, but it was really fun to make, and it was really fun to like design and come up with, what we wanted to share with the world, and hopefully people got to see it. I mean, I don't know. Is that weird? I don't know. I could just be crazy, but I don't know. It just, again, whatever. Okay, so I digress. But it was amazing. Like, it really turned out so much better than I had envisioned, and I think that is part of it, is that like I felt really proud of it, and I had a heavy hand in the design of it, and my mom found the cute fabrics that we used, that was part of the inspiration. And so then to just like hear nothing. But anyway, so I'm hoping that it did get displayed, and I'm hoping that it brought some joy and hope to the people who saw it. Because I think AIDS is a tragic disease, and there's so much more we can do to help people with the disease and, destigmatize it. It's not this like scary boogeyman that was sold to us so long ago, the 80s. And so I think the more education and learning that comes out of that, that's all that's important, right? So anyway, again, it's on the Sweet Pea Instagram. I'll make a direct link to it, and I will also post it in the Not Your Granny's Quilt Show Instagram, so that you can see it. Because gosh dang, it's really cute. And don't copy me because it's my design. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so that was really cool, and I just feel like yeah, I want more people to see it. I want to share it, because it was a labor of love. Like, we were so excited to be able to do it, and it felt like an honor to be asked to do that for this really important world health thing, right? I don't mean to call it a thing, but it is a thing. It's a whole thing, right? We need more free and available test centers for HIV. We need more free and available resources for people who are suffering with this disease, and I hope that this can, whatever it is, can do whatever it needs to do, right? It's out in the universe, it's out of our hands. And so anyway, okay, so that was a really cool thing. Also, I'm almost done with my Christmas quilt ish. I have the top mostly assembled. I am going to put the borders on. Okay. It's just tricky with working 6 days a week, and when I'm at my mom's for Sweet Pea stuff, it's balls to the wall, working the whole time mostly, and it's just a lot because it's just us, so there's a ton of admin stuff to do. So it's not like we just are sewing the whole time. We've got to answer Etsy messages, we've got to answer emails, we've got to do the invoicing, we've got to do the bookkeeping, we've got to do inventory, which, my gosh, we just got a new shipment of Minky remnants, and so we've been trying to sell the ones that are already in our shop because we need to make room for the new stuff. So I think we're gonna do one more sale before Christmas, before the end of the year. So if you want Minky, shop our remnants on our shop. We have a lot of crazy cool stuff, and our new stuff is even better. So if you want it, you have to buy the old stuff so that we can put the new stuff in. Anyway, so yeah, it takes time, and so we're working a lot, and I've been staying late there to make sure we get everything done and that I'm not leaving my mom hanging. And then I'm at the quilt shop 3 days a week. So then Sundays, it's my only day, and I don't sew at home anymore because of the Airbnb. So like, yeah, anyway, all this. I've already talked about it. I don't need to repeat myself 1,000 times. Anyway, so yeah, I just need to put the borders on. Back to what I was talking about, which was my Christmas quilt. Christmas in the City by Art Gallery Fabrics. That's what I'm using. I got a layer cake. I sewed, I think I cut them at 2 inches. I cut strips so that I could put a sashing strip on the bottom and the right side of every square from the layer cake, so the 10-inch squares. And then I arranged them how I wanted them, which is more, I kind of, I don't know if ombre or rainbowing is the right word, because I went from like the top left is all the lighter prints, and then it kind of fades down, and the bottom right, top left to bottom right, yeah, the bottom right is all the darker greens, background prints in the line, and the middle is kind of the reds and pinks. So if you saw my sneak picture, then you would know that. And then the yardage that the shop had for the line, I just got pieces of that for the sashing strips. And then I got, for the border, there's an orange background print that has little garland, like strips of garland across the width of the fabric, and that's what I'm using for my border. So I'm going to do, I don't know, is it like a mitered corner when you do the border corners, where you don't just like cut them off, you know, blunt and square, but you make them meet on the angle, so like a picture frame, right? So you make them meet on the angle, and because I don't want to just like cut it off, I want them to meet in the corners. My mom's gonna help me because I've never done that before, and I'm really scared to make it really wavy and gross, because anytime we've long armed a quilt that has a border like that, it's a nightmare because of you're attaching things on the bias, and there's so much stretch, it gets like real wonky. So I'm hoping that she has some good techniques to help me keep it square, because I don't want to ruin it. And then I need to pick backing. So here's my dilemma. I could just put like red or green on it and call it good and be like, yeah, it's Christmas. I did gray, like charcoal gray on my quilt from last year, but there was a lot of gray in the prints, and so it fit, and it was good, and it's beautiful, and I'm so excited to pull it back out, because I'm going to also decorate for Christmas today, and I can't wait. But I don't know, because the prints on my new quilt are going to be, you know, if you've ever seen the line, it's kind of like retro, like kind of vintage Christmas feel. But there's like fuchsias and oranges and all these cool colors. And so I don't know if I want to do like a bright pink minky on the back. My binding is the light pink print with gold, has like little tiny gold stars on it. So I don't think that would matter if I did a hot pink, like a pink that matches, right? Like that raspberry pink minky that they have is really good. It might match like the pinks that are in the quilt. But then I thought like, well, I could do a luxe on the back, like get like ivory or, you know, something so that it's a fuzzier, warmer quilt. So I don't know. I have some decisions to make, obviously. And because I added the sashing and because I'm adding the borders, it's going to be a big quilt. It's going to be like 80 by 90-ish. Yeah, around there. So I need to get wide back, and it's just a whole thing. So anyway, quilter problems, am I right? So that's coming up. I'm hoping like heck I can get that done before Christmas. And good grief, I cannot even believe it's the first week in December. I'm freaking out. I'm also excited because my birthday is in less than a month, and so that'll be fun. And also our youngest is turning 18 in exactly 1 month from today, which is Sunday the 4th. So that's going to be wild to have an 18-year-old. Another one, because well, our older one's already past 18. But anyway, So that'll be cool. But it just seems like it's going so fast already. Like, it feels like it was just Thanksgiving. And I know it kind of was, but it's also been a week and a half since Thanksgiving. So here we are, my friends. What are you doing to get ready for Christmas? Have you already decorated? Are you a pre-Thanksgiving or a post-Thanksgiving tree setter-upper? I'm a post-Thanksgiving tree person. I want to like enjoy each holiday when it's happening and not try to like jump the gun on pushing for the next one yet. I love seeing Christmas decorations. I love when people decorate, and I'm happy for people to do whatever they want to do with that, because I think whatever brings you joy, if it's not harming other people, then go for it, you know? And my mom decorated for Christmas before Thanksgiving. But here's the thing. She was really excited, and like we were all so excited because we just had me and my 4 siblings and our kids, and that was it. Well, obviously my parents too. So my oldest brother Joel is my half brother, and he found my mom in 2020, like right before everything shut down. And so this is literally Thanksgiving was the first time that all 5 kids have been in the same room at the same time. So my mom was really excited. So yeah, she didn't put the tree up, but she had all the decorations out, and it was nice. It was cozy, and it felt, nostalgic, and it felt like it should have always been that way, So that was a good time. And plus she has really cute decorations, and I get kind of jealous of her house every year, but I just don't even have that kind of space to decorate like that. So I do what I can. I did invest in some bottle brush trees last year and some glass trees from Target. And so that's fun because I have like a tiny little village that I inherited from my Grammy. Just like 3 pieces. But I use my little console table to set that up every year. So it's really cute. And I'm getting excited to set up for Christmas. So I'm hoping I can get to that today. Yeah, I'm starting to finally feel maybe a little Christmas spirit, but I don't know. It feels weird this year for some reason. I'm definitely busier than I was last year at this time, as far as like my time and what my time goes to. But I still feel like really happy and grateful for all of it. So I just think, I've got to start fitting stuff in where I can. And like quilting, for example, we're not going to have a guest for in the Airbnb for a while. At least nobody's booked into December yet. So maybe I should pull out my sewing machine and just get my quilt top done, because I can. I gotta quit telling myself I can't, because I can. I think it's a mindset thing, right? Like where am I hearing, except in my own head, that I can't sew at home? I'm telling myself that, and I think it's just silly. So anyway, hopefully you'll see my Christmas quilt finished sooner or later, because I would like to see my Christmas quilt finished sooner or later. Sooner than later. Not sooner or later. No. Yeah. So that's where we're at. I'm really hoping that you guys are good, that you're well, and that you're embracing your own inner joy and your own way of making the holidays yours. I think there's a lot of pressure societally to do things a certain way or make things a big deal, eventize everything. And I think that's fine. If that's your jam and that's what makes you happy, then do that. But again, like some of us are really struggling and don't feel super excited and joyful because maybe there's some tragic things happening in your life, and it's okay to not be excited about a holiday, Ultimately, it's up to each one of us to make it what we want it. And so anyway, I hope that you find time for quilting. I hope that you find time to make some stuff for your own self and not just for other people. Because I think we get super focused on giving and being like, oh, it's Christmas is almost here. We can't buy anything for ourselves. I say horse shit. You hear me? Do stuff for yourself. It does not necessarily have to be buying things, but if you want to make something for you, then do it. If you want to give yourself a spa day, then freaking do it. I am a really big advocate of taking care of you and your needs and your wants, not even just needs, but just caring and loving yourself. And that helps you be able to care about and love other people better. So just remember that and say that your favorite quilt podcaster is telling you that you have permission. And if anybody's fighting you about it, they can come at me. Okay? Okay. Anyway, I hope you all are well. I already said that, but I sincerely do. I truly love all of you, and I'm so grateful that you're here. And every message you send and every comment you make just makes my heart soar. So thank you to those of you who have been faithful in commenting and just being here with me. And next week we have a great interview coming up. So it's going to be someone who's been on the show before. So be looking for that. I'm not going to tell you who it is right now because then that would ruin the excitement for next Monday. Okay. So anyway, I will see you guys next week. And until then, take care of yourselves and we'll chat soon. Love you. Bye.